Here is a raised garden, and I built this trellis back here for beans to grow up. It works rather well. And I made a second one over here, raised garden, as well as a back trellis there for beans to creep up. What we want to do now is put a piece across here and over and attach it here, such that we have, well, a sort of a tunnel, and have all the beans grow from here over and over on this side. Well, there'll be two sets of plants. In order to do that, I've already put together this board. You can see it's got a groove such that it will fit right in here. And well, this is what happens. We'll do that again. Such that it fits right there. And I made a second one in order to put, oh, there it is there, on top of that one. What's left now is to connect the two. I'll attach those to that top rail and then put another piece across in order to connect the two. I have the top plate installed. As you can see here, one here and one over on this one as well. And I drilled 3 holes and I put bolts in here. There's the bolt coming down here, and you can see the bolt on top all the way through. So this is stable, won't rock back and forth. And another bolt here. You can see it here up on top, as well as this one. And coming all the way through. Oh, excuse my finger. Where is it? There it is. And of course I've done the same thing here. So I now have a top plate that I can use, and now is to put a trellis or some kind of connection from here all the way to there. One cross member is up. This particular one is 8 feet long. Now I need another one over on this side, from there to here, but that one's going to have to be 13 feet long. Here in my shop I have the other piece. This particular one right here is 8 feet, and I have an additional piece right here which I need to connect there in order to get the length that I need in order to span that one section. I need to lengthen that 8-foot piece that I showed you earlier to this smaller piece. To do that, I'm going to do a half lap, which means I'm going to have to cut half of this to halfway through. I guess I'll go down to the half thickness. I've already labeled it as to what it is I want to cut, where I want to cut it, right here. I'm most likely going to go, probably 6 inches. And maybe a little too much. I'll go half lap of 4 inches. That'll give me lots of area for gluing. So I'll cut it down to 1/2 inch right here. What I need to do now is find the center of this, such that when I do the cuts, I'm only going to cut to half length. Let's see, that's going to be the top, so I'm going to go to cut down yay much. So I need to find the center here on this surface. To do that, I made a small jig. Here it is here with just a couple of bolts, several holes on it. Put it on here, twist it in place, and that gives me the center. Put my pencil down here, and just a matter of scribing down. It's a little hard to do. Here we go. I'm going to go like this. Put that pencil in there, and then just scribe down. The 2 bolts will keep the center. There are jigs we could buy that do the exact same thing as this, probably a little easier to use. But for my purposes, There it is. There's my center line. I just need to extend that to the end, and I'm going to cut that section off. Now that I know where my center line is, I need to set the blade height to that center line. And I don't need to make any measurements to do that. I can just do the comparison method. I already know the line scribed on the wood. Just a matter of putting the wood next to the blade, raising and lowering the blade until I hit that line. Remember, I'm not trying to build kitchen cabinets here, only a span for the garden outside. So I'm all set. It's ready to go. I'm going to go 5 inches. Earlier I said 4 inches. I had another look at it and decided to go an extra inch. It's all set up. It's properly marked. It's best to mark exactly where it is I want to remove the wood. I'm going to take off that section. I'm going to use my table saw. There are other methods I could use, but this is the quickest and easiest way to do it. I'm going to cut some kerfs and then just remove all the kerfs. But before I do anything, of course, gotta have the personal protective equipment. Got my mask on, hearing protection, eyeglasses, and I will do all of these cuts off camera. And here it is. It's cut. And the two of them match very close. And this is a half lap. All the rest of this, I've got to do a little bit of fine tuning, gluing, screwing, and then clamping everything together. Do a final pass on my table saw such that everything here is even from top all the way to the other end. And this will be ready to install on the trellis.